It's Ketchup Packets.
Hey everybody, I'm Nate.
I'm Sean.
And this is Ketchup Packets. Today we are going to be watching Edge of Tomorrow.
Which won the Patreon poll.
Yeah, that's right. So way to go, Patreoners. You get what you wanted.
Yes, thanks very much.
I have never seen this before, but Sean has.
I've seen this
one. I know very, very little about it besides the title of the movie.
That can be a fun way to watch a movie sometimes, when you have absolutely no expectation of what you're getting into. Okay, so you said very, very little. Is the title absolutely the only information you've got?
Yes.
So, when I ask you the genre of this movie, what is the genre? Do you have any inkling?
Is it a sci-fi action movie?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, so
Right,
you had
sure.
that idea came from somewhere.
Edge of Tomorrow just kind of feels like a sci-fi action.
Yeah, when you go by what kind of title it is. If I ask you actors, nobody comes to mind?
Nope.
So this movie was not on your radar at all.
Nope.
Okay, if I ask you what time period it came out in? Do you know how,
interesting.
How recent, how old, how anything?
If I'm gonna guess, based on the title, 80s?
Interesting that's what you think.
Edge of Tomorrow!
2013, 2014,
Okay.
I believe.
So
is
not
the year
that-
this
not
came
that
out.
long
No,
ago.
It's relatively recent.
Okay.
This is a movie that didn't do particularly well at theaters, and then sort of afterwards got discovered and was like, hey, that movie was good. We didn't go see it.
Oh, interesting.
And yeah, so I guess the title got blamed because then it was released for home video under a couple, at least one other title, I think. But I don't. The title implies more about the movie, so I don't even want to say what the other title is. Also, this is based on a manga.
Oh.
Which
Okay.
the title of that I don't think does give anything away. So I will say the manga it's based on is called All You Need Is Kill.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't give anything away.
Yeah. So those are some, I think that's some information that I can give you up front.
It's not even a sentence.
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, yeah, that's the wrong form of that word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so.
Yeah.
All right, well then I guess there's not much else to say in an advanced discussion of a movie you know nothing about.
Yeah, that's right. Besides, check out our Patreon if you want. It's in the description down below.
You can help us choose movies like
Yep,
this one.
Exactly.
So yeah, vote in polls, full-length reactions, good stuff.
And I think that's it. Let's jump into this.
All
whatever
right.
it is.
The Europeans have paid the highest price.
And even anticipate our actions.
We do not defeat them in France. We'll be fighting them in the streets of London, then New York, then Tokyo.
Alien attack?
All of humanity's
Alien attack.
Oh.
Operation Downfall is going to be the largest mechanized invasion in the history of mankind. We will be victorious. We fight.
Oh, Tom
That's
Cruise.
what we do.
I think that's an interesting style of info dump, though.
Yeah,
An interesting way
very
to bring
cool.
you up to speed.
You misunderstand, Major. I didn't ask you here to sell me. I want you to sell the invasion.
Okay.
You ship out to the coast in 1 hour. Your camera crew is standing by. You'll be on the beach with the first wave.
Wait, what?
First wave beach. The front?
France! Satellites show minimal enemy movement on the coast. Little resistance. Little exciting, something to tell your grandchildren.
I appreciate the confidence, General. Yes. I do this to avoid doing that.
Oh, yeah.
While it is an honor, General, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to decline. Can't stand the sight of blood. Not so much as a paper cut.
I don't think the general likes hearing these things.
Nope.
Good luck. You are dismissed.
That's what you get, man.
This is not this sort of situation where you can argue.
Mm-mm.
And when the body bags come home, and they're looking for someone to blame, how hard do you think it would be for me to convince people to blame you? I'd imagine the General would prefer to avoid that.
Are you blackmailing me, Major?
You bet.
Arrest this man.
What?
Well, Tom Cruise running.
Yep.
Everyone drinks.
Says here you're a deserter.
says here you were caught impersonating an officer. It says here you'd likely try to make an outside call, even compromise security of this operation. Anything to get out of combat duty tomorrow. But that's not gonna happen. Ever. Private Cage.
Dang. He was like, I was so close.
You don't blackmail a general.
Yeah.
Told him he was going to retain his rank and just be filming, and now he's fighting.
It's a new day, people. Destiny calls. The world expects only one thing from us, that we will win.
Oh boy. This is, yeah, terrifying.
No, it'll be fine.
It's all good.
Just gotta go fight the aliens with no experience.
Yeah, right. In a mech suit you've never used before. I like that we haven't even really seen what the aliens look like. We have no idea what we're up against here.
Right.
Oh.
The claymore on his
Yep.
chest.
Griff. Griff. Just think about this, man. I could hurt somebody.
Want me to safety on you, man?
Where is the safety?
Exactly.
He needs to stop trying to, like, you know, level with people, man.
Yeah.
It just keeps getting him more trouble. Yes, anime sword. So glad we got there.
Gotta love a big anime sword.
Go to war with an alien menace in a giant mech suit with a sword. It's just awesome. Those exist, right?
Quadcopters?
Quadcopters like that?
Yeah, not exactly like that,
Yeah.
probably, but stuff that works in essentially that way.
Like, oh, he's like, I'm running. Yeah.
No harm in trying to run.
Yep. It's his last chance.
Right, worst thing that'll happen is to put you on the helicopter. It's not like something worse is gonna happen. He still has no idea how his technology works.
Hey! Hey!
Whoa!
How do I turn the safety off of my weapon? What? How do I turn the safety off? Oh my god!
Yeah, come on, at least tell him how to turn the safety off.
30 seconds to drop!
I know this guy's a jackass, but I still feel bad for him.
Stand by to deploy! Activate drop lines! Remember!
Imagine having everyone in your whole platoon kind of help you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the opening cinematic of a video game.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
The guy yelling. Right there, you know?
He doesn't know how to drop. God.
I love the production quality in this scene. Like, it really feels... There's a realism to it, you know?
Yep.
Feels like there's not too much CGI, that they really had those suits.
Yeah.
At least a lot of these people do, you know?
The way they're walking around in them is very convincing. for
Right,
sure.
well, and just how they get dirty and stuff,
Yeah.
and there's like, I don't know, there's something about the way this scene looks that feels very... You can feel like you're there, you know?
It's also a nice twist on like the quintessential Saving Private Ryan style beach landing scene with robots and aliens.
As you first look at a mimic.
Yeah. Whoa. Whoa. I was initially thinking like, why didn't they just attack from the air? Why are they doing like a ground war? And now I get it. They look like they're pretty formidable. They can just
They're
sort
fast.
of land. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till they're right on us! 3 more seconds!
Hey! Hey!
Oh my god. Terrifying. One down. It's an excellent way to make something scary in broad daylight, is
Yeah.
to sort of make it formless and you can never quite get a beat on what it actually looks like.
Right.
What?
On your feet, maggot! Get in line before I bust your hole in my boot heel, maggot! Hold up there, son. Can I help you, sir?
Sergeant Farrell.
That is my name.
What's going on, Nate?
I think I read.
My mouth is agape.
Battle is the great redeemer. Fiery crucible, which the only true heroes are
forged.
Did you just interrupt me, Private?
What the hell is going on?
You're not gonna believe what I'm about to tell you.
No, I'm not. Now, where was I?
Oh, this would be frustrating.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Jim!
I gotta be free, man.
Alright, man, let's get this show on the road. I gotta sit up.
This is tripping me out.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
Private Cage seems confused as well.
What the hell's wrong with you, man?
On my mark! Stand by to deploy! Activate drop lines, 30 seconds! Remember, hit the
I was just about to say, why doesn't he tell anyone it's gonna explode?
Yeah. I would just be kind of shocked if I was him.
Yeah, I think
Still,
he is.
I
He's
would
in a
just be-
daze.
yeah.
He can't believe this is all happening again and that he's seen it before,
Yeah.
you know.
Your name is Master Sergeant Farrell from Science Hill, Kentucky. And if you'll give me 30 seconds to explain how I know that, you may just save the lives of every soldier on this base. You have to listen to me! They know we're coming! They're waiting for us! I have been there! I've seen it! You're all doomed! You're doomed!
Oh man.
Okay, go.
This is not
It's like
the
the
approach
worst.
that's gonna work.
Yeah.
What I'm about to tell you sounds crazy. It's true. And you have to listen to me. Your very lives depend on it.
I mean, at least maybe give him a chance to be.
I mean, but they have a message
Yeah.
about how he's gonna
Yeah.
tell stories to get out of duty, you know?
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow is not a good name for this movie.
So the
I
other,
can see why people just went.
yeah, the other title it was released under was Live, Die, Repeat.
Okay,
Not
that
good
gives
either.
away too much. Yeah.
It does, and it's not a good name.
We're getting slaughtered. You need to get us off this beach. We have to go. This dropship is about to explode.
He just gets to be the ultimate badass now. Now he's like extremely practiced too at fighting them. He's like, you know, he's not even intimidated anymore.
Right. Seems like we skipped
Yeah,
several,
a bunch
many
of them,
iterations where he's learning.
I'm glad we don't need to see everyone.
The ship
I
is
get
going
it.
to explode. What are you doing?
Find me when you wake up. What? Come find me when
Yep.
you wake up.
Okay, they were talking about a soldier at the beginning who managed to kill a whole bunch of them in like.
On her first day.
Yep.
Emily Blunt seems to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Get in line before
You don't talk to anyone about this but me. So the best case scenario is you're going to end up in a psych ward. The worst case, you'll get dissected for study. Are we clear? Yes?
Yeah. And they believe you, it's actually worse than when they don't.
Yep.
Because then they want to figure
Yeah.
out how it works.
I had it, I lost it. Okay.
I mean, that's great. There's a cure. How do I get rid of this?
First, I need your help.
Help with what exactly?
Winning the war.
How does she know she lost it?
That's something I've always wondered too. I feel like the only way to know you lost that power is to die and not come back.
Yep.
The Omega senses when it's losing control of its power. Even now, it's mentally searching to find you.
When it's close to finding you, you will start having visions. You'll start to see that.
You'll even see where it is.
That's handy. That's handy.
This is the only rule. You get injured on the field, you better make sure you die.
Why?
Last time I was in combat, I was hit. I was bleeding out, just not fast enough. I woke up in a field hospital with 3 pints of someone else's blood, and I was out.
Oh.
I lost the power. Do you understand?
But how would she know that for sure? Unless, like, without dying.
Have to have tested it.
Exactly.
Wait, my name is Bill Cage. We met on the beach. We meet on the beach tomorrow. I have what you had.
So much of it would be about finding faster and faster ways to proceed through the beginning stuff, you know? He's speedrunning, you know?
Yep.
On your feet, maggot!
That'd be frustrating. Yeah, now the whole beginning of this is just like, come on, let's get to the, I have a whole bunch of other crap to do.
Exactly.
Wait a second. Just wait. I think I'm okay.
On your feet, maggot! 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 I'm trying to be nice to you, maggot! Now move!
You do a few rampage runs, probably,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
You do a few where you just punch as many people as you can.
Yeah.
No, I can still feel my toes. Come on.
I guess you have to make sure you don't end up in a situation where you can't die easily.
Yeah. You gotta have an out.
I'm Bill Cage, you're Dr. Carter. We've had this conversation before. You have 2 fingers behind your back. I've had the visions. I've seen the Omega.
You just skipped a cutscene.
Pretty much game over tomorrow. So can we move this along?
Okay. Where?
So, for Dr. Carter, he's like also only got one memory of a conversation with Rita about all this, though. That's like the furthest along version of it, where she already knows everything that he told her and stuff. That's the weird thing to think about. It's his perspective.
Training's over. I'll see you tomorrow.
We don't even know where we're going.
We will soon enough. In the meantime, you need to figure out a way to get us off that beach.
Yeah, so it's kind of like because of this, everyone else is also on repeat, but like
they don't know it.
They only get to see the last version of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so she's repeating all of this too, but she just doesn't remember any of it.
No, every time it's the first day she's met him.
Duck at the top of that trench, and then I'm gonna turn left. Have I got something on my face?
Yeah. He just saw her with blood on her because he's just like seen her die so many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the post-traumatic stress disorder from this would not be fun.
No. Those, oh god.
Cool. Ah, this is so scary.
Yeah.
You can't even have a night at the bar without dying to one of those things.
Or the other way to think of it is that he can have a night at the bar whenever he wants, because there's still an easy guaranteed death that just approaches and does it for him, you know?
Oh, that's a good point.
So I'll head for the SUV, draw the mimics to me. You go for the minivan. You get it started, just go, take off. Do not wait for me.
Okay.
Well, just don't forget to disconnect the caravan before you take off. You are going to be in a hurry. You don't want any dead weight.
That means I'm assuming that there was a time when she got it going and then started taking off and she was still hooked up. And he's like, oh man. So why does she need to be the one to do this?
It's easier with the partner. She doesn't need to be the one. She's just someone who it's easy to explain to her what's happening. No one else will get it quickly enough.
Yeah, that's a good point. But she's not an essential NPC in all of this.
I don't think
She's
so.
like,
no.
if he gets there, he can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
She's probably a better fighter than him still,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. I think having her is definitely an asset. Oh no. I think it's really on there, isn't it?
I forgot to unhook the trailer.
Did Cage know that was in there, that means? Or?
I don't know. Huh.
So many parts of this movie would make great video game sequences.
Yep, exactly. I think this is like meant to be a video game by its very nature.
There isn't one, so somebody really should make it.
Yeah.
It'd be a great roguelike, you know?
But you do talk to me.
Cage, I do not need to get to know you, and if you knew what was good for you, you wouldn't want to get to know me either. It's the only way you make it through this thing.
Have you noticed that her character's name is Rita Vertasky? Andy McDowell's character in Groundhog Day is named Rita.
I did not notice that.
That's not a coincidence, I don't think.
Oh,
I mean,
no way.
I don't know for certain, but I don't think that could be a coincidence.
That would be quite the coincidence.
There's a mimic, buried, 20 yards away. It attacks when you start the engine.
Get your weapon and get in the helicopter, Cage.
There's more in the field back there.
Why aren't you listening to him?
Yeah, I know.
Only one of us ever makes it.
Get in.
The only thing we haven't tried is a version where you walk. We just go back to the farmhouse. There's a cellar, there's food. You wait there till I get back. You'll be safe.
I'm a soldier. I volunteered. I'm not walking away.
You died here.
There's no
Right here.
glory in a needless death.
I wish I didn't know you. But I do.
So he won't risk going on and winning in a version where she dies.
Yep.
He needs to find a way for her to survive first, I guess. He's in love with her.
What is the point of her? You can figure out how to be more helpful than this. This seems like a bad plan.
This is talking about wasting time.
Yeah,
Just making him start over.
Every single time he's gonna have to convince her, like, try to convince her not to fly, and it sounds like she's maybe done it a bunch of times.
My middle name is Rose.
Gotta do the whole beginning part over again.
I got something on my face, soldier.
Sorry to disturb you, Sergeant.
Yeah, once he realized he couldn't get her past the farmhouse, she became a liability instead of an asset, kind of.
Yeah.
He burns down the whole place.
Yes, he wants to fight the mimics before trying to fly the helicopter.
Let's toss a couple grenades down there.
Oh no!
Oh, and then he's just like, no way.
Finish it!
Oh no. They know they have to keep him alive here.
They get who he is. Oh, now his blood is spilled. There we go, that'll do it.
Could have killed me, but it didn't. It was after my blood.
So they know who you are. They want their power back.
And they're gonna get it one way or another, unless we find the Omega.
There isn't any other way. We're finished.
No, we're not finished.
How do you even know it exists if you only saw it in your visions that we now know were a trap?
Hey, aren't you forgetting something? Transponder requires a live alpha to make it work.
We don't need one. We got the next best thing.
Hey!
Hey!
When the Chinese delegation comes out, pick up the pace. This guy with the yellow armband always recognizes you, so just keep your head down and stay to my right.
Yeah, he had to go a completely different route a bunch of times in order to figure out how to make this work.
Dr. Carter told me this device requires a live mimic to work. What use is it to you?
That's my concern.
On the contrary, according to you, this concerns the whole world.
What would you do if you believed everything I just told you?
I would locate this
Omega,
and bomb it out of existence.
you're not mentally equipped to fight this thing, and you never will be.
Cool.
A general's probably not a man who likes being told that he will never be equipped for a particular fight.
Yeah, right. But, you know, hopefully someone in his position can at least tell himself, maybe I'm out of my element here. Maybe there's something bigger going on that I just need to...
We just missed that she said, "What now?" And he said, "I don't know, we've never gotten this far."
Oh.
Yep. She shot him?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now they're leaving a different way.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Stick it in your leg.
Ouch.
It's gotta be tough to remember exactly how to talk to the general and what to say to him. Like, it would be frustrating to have that conversation again, and this time it doesn't work again. And you're like, oh, I got you to...
Yeah.
I convinced you before.
Yeah, right.
Kate, what's happening? Talk to me.
I feel it. It's taking me there.
What do you think?
Ooh.
He's really lucky these are such recognizable landmarks.
Yeah, right. It's not some random field in Scotland somewhere.
Yeah, it's like, well, I see the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre.
Underneath the museum.
You'll make it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I would hide it in the middle of the desert. There'd be no way.
Yeah.
It's in Paris.
How about in the Pacific Ocean somewhere?
Yeah,
That's
right.
good.
Yeah.
It's like half the planet. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no! Oh no.
What have you done?
She's probably like, thanks, asshole, I saved your life.
Now what?
That's a very dignified afternoon of filming, I would imagine, huh? Get
Yeah.
strapped to a bed and struggle.
I lost the power. I feel it. I can't reset the day anymore.
I guess there's a physiological sensation that goes
Yeah.
with it, so they can tell when it's gone. That's believable, I
Sure,
suppose.
yeah.
That makes sense, you know.
You no longer have alien blood in your veins?
Isn't she actually too familiar with him, though?
Yeah.
Like, for it having been the first day she met him every time?
And like just real comfortable just killing him on his word, like...
You're dead, people!
So did something happen?
You won't expect only one thing from us, that we will win.
How is he back at this
Sure, the
point
enemy will thank you for
now?
not giving 100% today.
If he went to the other place first and did the whole chase and got in a car accident, and now he's just back here. That all happened in one day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tricky to think about the timeline there. Seems like there's not enough time for everything,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Especially, yeah,
Okay, so this Omega
pretty major car
controls
accident.
time.
They would not be
Roll the new age piece
happy.
of bollocks back where it came from. And then we go on.
And then get back to the base and talk to these guys and recruit them and get out to do something else with them instead of all, yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna need eyes up here.
I'm going in, Cage.
I think I would just be like, whatever you say, Cage. You've obviously been through this 150,000 times.
But not this part.
I know, but they don't need to know that.
Yeah, I guess.
Be weird to come out of the loop and then all of a sudden dying is a big deal again.
Yeah, you feel like
Yeah.
you've conditioned yourself to be okay with dying. Or to take
Yeah.
risks that resulted in your death a lot.
Even
to
just be
try them.
like, yeah, I'll just get to try again, I guess. And just be like, oh wait, no, not anymore. Does he have the cool anime sword now? He does. No, he doesn't.
It's an umbrella.
Oh, that's considerably less useful for his current mission.
Yeah, that's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
just all bad, yep. Kind of reminds me of the Matrix. When all those, whatever, the Sentinels are attacking the ship.
Yes, it is similar. Is that the Arc de Triomphe? Why are we destroying famous landmarks?
I think there's more at stake than architecture here.
Oh no, the glass pyramid!
That was built later.
We live through worse.
That is a character arc, that's for sure.
You won't make it 10 feet before that thing kills you. Kid,
I can do it.
take the grenades.
I can do it.
Listen to me. Listen.
Destroy the Omega.
Neither one of us is getting out of here.
Yeah. This is your last shot. After all this, you better do it.
You're a good man, Cage. I wish I had the chance to know you better.
Yay.
There we go. Running away because she's so embarrassed she kissed him.
I did that. Oh, the pressure, though, would just be devastating.
Immense,
Yeah.
immense water pressure. Hurts your ears a lot. Drop the grenades. Oh. Oh, look at that. There's an action hero moment.
Huh.
Omega blood this time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump your load the second we hit the beach tomorrow, Lord.
How about you two go get yourselves a nice hot cup of chocolate? Hello!
You funny, girl, but I bet you I set some kind of record tomorrow. Fastest time running backwards, Ford. Slipping in your own shit.
I'm glad all those kids got to reset and be alive.
Yeah.
It was a shame when they all died in that
Yeah,
battle.
they sure did.
want?
There you go. Weird ending song.
Yeah, right. It's not very fitting.
I could see it in the movie theater, you know, when
Yeah.
the movie's ending and you're
Yep.
getting up to walk out.
Okay, that must mean it's over then.
Right. Well, there we go. Edge of Tomorrow. What did you think, Nate? How did that movie stand up to your no expectations?
That was not what I expected at all, and I was very pleasantly surprised by that for sure. I will say I have the kind of capacity to let go of a lot of... There was, story inconsistencies and stuff because of the... You cannot make a time travel narrative work without there being holes in it.
Exactly, yeah. Anything that breaks the rules of time is not going to work because we understand those rules to be so unbreakable and just they're underlying the structure of everything we understand about reality. So yeah, but
and like just from a narrative perspective too, just like the fact like what you said, how she like seems to kind of grow more familiar with him, even though she shouldn't be remembering any of this.
Right, yeah, it should be the first day she's met him every time they're together.
That would be frustrating for us as an audience because we see them building rapport.
Exactly.
Even though I would maybe prefer that because I would be like, it's cool that they made sure that she felt kind of distant and weirded out by the whole experience, like for the entire time. It would still just be like, aren't they friends yet? Like, doesn't she like him yet?
You instinctively want her to warm up to him. You want them to grow closer through as a movie audience member. That's what we expect out of a movie.
Feel like there was a narrative written there, and it could have even been like some network executive being like, no, there's a love story in here too. You have to have that, otherwise it's
who
not
knows?
really
Right. I don't know if that's in the manga or not. You know, them having sort of a love connection there, but it's definitely an element of a movie, particularly a Tom Cruise movie, where he's gonna have that in it.
There's a version of the story in another universe though, where they both end up on the, like, maybe she was in like the first battle but didn't, kill like a whole bunch of, like, that wasn't really like that wasn't like something that they dropped at the very beginning and then like revealed it 3/4 of the way through the movie to be like, and have you go, oh, that's right, she also, they kind of gave it to you right away.
Yeah.
So they could have made them both get the effect at the same time of having the alpha blood on them, and that's why they're going through the whole thing together.
Interesting.
Like, we didn't need that Chekhov's gun at the beginning of the movie because the gun went off in the first act.
Right, yeah, that's a good point. There is another time loop movie that works on that conceit you were describing, where it's two people who are looping together. And so that's, that is an interesting way to do it. It's been done before and it works well. The movie's called Palm Springs. You should check it out.
Oh, interesting.
Andy Samberg and Kristen Milotti are at a wedding, and it's looping over and over again. Guests at a wedding, and they're looping over and over again.
That's kind of cool. I do like time loop movies like this. I really liked Groundhog Day. I didn't know what to expect there either, but there's something very psychologically kind of intense about that whole concept of just...
I like that Groundhog Day makes no attempt whatsoever to explain why his day is looping. Or why it stops, really. I mean, like, he gets the woman to fall in love with... Spoilers for Groundhog Day. The lady falls in love with him, and then the day stops looping. And they sort of imply that that's why that happened, but he is dumbfounded when it's the next day afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't expect that to release him.
And that's not really a spoiler for Groundhog's Day, because you kind of would expect that the end of the movie doesn't end with him being stuck in a loop forever. It's a great movie, even if that's spoiled the ending.
Like
it's still a great
35
movie.
years old or something like that.
Just go see it. It's great.
It's probably not playing in any theaters. You can stay home and see it. But, yeah, this movie definitely is it's like fun enough and cool enough that it lets your brain can gloss over any things about it that don't actually hang together when you stop and think. And upon repeat viewings, some of those things can stand out a little bit more. This time I was wondering, why is the Mimic's plan to get... So a human has stolen their ability to reset the day, so they want to trap that human and get the ability back. Why do they... is the plan to show them a vision of the Omega that they don't even know anything about apart from that?
Right.
But in the wrong location in the hopes that they'll go to find it? It's like, it seems like that's... You're tipping the existence of the Omega to your enemy by using that strategy. They didn't know anything about this or that it was what they should be trying to destroy.
Yeah, it's almost like you needed that crazy scientist guy to like fill in the gaps for you. Otherwise, you'd just be like, that looks important, and like maybe that's a thing, but maybe I'm also just going nuts.
Right, but I mean, the idea is when Tom Cruise finally gets to like the dam where he was first seeing the visions of the Omega Omega's not there, and it turns out it's a trap, and that Alpha and that other mimic brought him there to try to get his blood. So what I'm saying is, why, if it's not like just a biology effect of the mimics where you see the Omega and it's like a trap that they set by showing a vision of the Omega, like why did they show them the Omega when they wouldn't have known it existed otherwise? You know, the mimic gave away the existence of its weak point.
I guess my interpretation is that because he got the blood effect, however that he kind of got hooked into their whole network too, so that's why. But then he got
could it
the
show
wrong
him the wrong
location.
place? Yeah. So it was clearly a trick, you know, like they did it on purpose.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that doesn't quite make sense. So.
And it seems like there would also just kind of be like an arms race, so to speak, of like him. Like every day that he does the battle, there's also the alphas also recognize that he knows the battle each time and are also changing their tactics, even though they didn't seem to. There's a lot of things with this script that you make the pitch at a pitch room and everyone's like, hey, that's a cool idea, let's do that. And it becomes a nightmare of logistics just to even figure out how the hell. So like the fact that it's an entire movie and has a beginning, a middle, and end and characters is actually kind of a miracle, just based on the sheer like complexity of the concept that they're trying to portray.
And the fact that when they were trying to do it, they didn't end up giving up in frustration, being like, I can't make this work.
Development hell, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think, again, that him having the powers taken away from him didn't actually add to the tension for me at all. Because I, as an audience member, understand that the humans win at the end of this. They are successful. I just know, because I've seen enough, you know.
Right. We know movies. This is not the type of movie where they're going to have the people lose.
Yeah,
you know? Like, you can tell when you're watching that type of movie where the ending might actually be devastating and terrible. It's not a Tom Cruise movie.
Right,
typically.
exactly. So I think that the sheer frustration of being stuck in that loop kind of forever, and because I mean, you think about like if you just go through like a normal human life, the only time that you die is at the end of it, unless you're in like a war, something else horrible happens, like that's, and like it seems like just being in the position that he was in was sort of the tension. It's like he could just kind of live out his life.
Yeah, but you can't let him have like the infinite power that he sort of gained in the initial beach assault. You can't have him have that knowledge and power at that end Louvre assault. There's no tension, you know? Like you can't allow Cage to know what's going to happen during that fight. He has to be in the dark like the rest of his soldiers. Otherwise, he can keep them alive and be, you know, like that's not the climax of a movie. You got to take the power away from him.
Yeah, it made it hard for me to extend my disbelief at the end of the movie because of what they did was so extremely unlikely to be successful.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, being like, boy, they are surviving a really long way when it seemed very hard to survive against mimics before this.
Yeah, exactly. So it because I could extend my disbelief so far, initially just being like, well, of course he knows. They're able to get this far because he's been through it 1,000 times, and then they managed to do the last thing perfectly the first time. Felt like it was harder for me to accept than just like, this is a high stakes situation because I'm just able to identify with the character. This is a character piece partially.
Yeah.
So I'm able to identify with the character of like, if you're not successful, dude, you have to do all of this all over again, all of this convincing for these soldiers to go, and you probably even have to go get in the car accident too, end up in the hospital, you know, like you
right,
have to,
but failure isn't possible when he's got the reset every time. You need to put a failure condition in there for the climax. You need to be like, I can die and then we actually lose and there's no more starting over and Earth falls to the mimics, you know. That's the reason you need it in there. But I don't totally get and sort of agree with the problems you're saying it creates, but I just see why they had to do it that way from a screenwriting standpoint. You can't keep him with the ability. Plus you gotta have the thing with the Omega blood getting on him and, you know, getting a different reset where he goes back a few days instead of one day. But then the consequences of his actions were still, that ending is tricky to think about as well.
You could even create a situation. I mean, we don't have to go. We don't need to rewrite this movie. It was a good movie. It was
totally,
very good. But I'm just thinking, like, narratively create some sort of failsafe. If you get too close to the end goal, the power doesn't work anymore, or they can like sense it, and then it gets deleted. You know, and so like they have to do the very last leg, when it's just them two in the building. Like, or in the Louvre, right?
We're inside the perimeter now.
Yeah, no,
the X and X won't work.
Exactly.
Right,
yeah.
Right, a few lines.
But, like, you know, it doesn't really need to be. I'm a super kind of nerd about this kind of stuff. I overthink it.
Well, the movie sort of invites you to, you know?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Strange concepts the whole way through.
But they did the time loop movie with the mech suits and the anime sword and the alien menace that looked like, you know, like Venom.
Yeah,
like,
it did kind of look like the symbiote.
Like,
it's true.
It kind of has the entire action package.
Yeah.
Like,
the way I've pitched this movie to people before is it's Starship Troopers meets Groundhog Day.
That's a great. Yep. That's a great pitch for that.
I mean, I don't know if it has like the action and fascism satire elements that Starship Troopers has, but it's the, you know, armor and laser guns and fighting aliens elements of Starship Troopers. So yeah,
I mean, that's, if you're gonna mash two movies together, I'd say this is the, you know, those two movies, that would kind of be what the result is. Yeah,
right.
It wasn't trying to make a social narrative point, or a social point as well. It was just, it had enough going on to kind of latch onto. But that was fun.
Yeah.
I did not expect that to be as fun as it was, especially with a stupid name like Edge of Tomorrow.
Or Live, Die, Repeat.
Live, Die, Repeat.
Or All You Need Is Kill. I'm not sure which of those titles is the worst.
Honestly, upon viewing, I prefer All You Need Is Kill the most now.
But that's a bad movie name.
It is incredibly
like,
bad, but it's still better than either of the other two. It kind of leaves you going like, wait, what is that even supposed to mean? And that's really like all he needed to do at the end of the day. Like once he killed the final thing, what was it, the Omega? He was able to pretty much circumvent everything.
Exactly. All the bad stuff didn't happen. It's a magical, it was all a dream kind of ending, you know? It's like, oh, nothing bad actually counted. That's wonderful.
So yeah, that also means that he has the unfortunate, like, he's in the unfortunate spot of being the only one that experienced any of that at all.
Yeah, he's got major PTSD from events that never took place.
That's even worse to me than being stuck in a loop and trying to explain it to other people and having the fear of, like, just having to be like, yeah, I will never be able to fully explain to people what I've been through.
It's like the horrible fate of Marty McFly when he comes back home and everything's different and everyone's like, oh, he made his life better. It's like, yeah, but this isn't the world Marty came from.
That would be so psychologically damaging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, though.
Good times.
Yeah, good times.
Thanks for picking this, patrons. We really appreciate it.
That was a good pick. And thanks for everybody for watching. We really appreciate seeing you all here. And, you know, keep on checking out our videos. Again, check out the Patreon if you feel like it.
We got more movies, we got series, all that fun stuff. Jump to the page, check it out.
We're going to be doing more movies. We just started The Boys. So that's exciting. Check that out too.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
All right.
And, you know, till next time, guys. I'm Nate.
I'm Sean.
And this is Catch Up Packets.